All right, let's talk about going from solo operator to scalable leader. The objective here is to help you shift your mindset from doing it all to leading strategically, understanding when and when not to hire, and preparing your business for team growth through clarity, systems, and focus. So why you're here? You've built a business that works, and that's no small thing. But as your company compounds, as your growth compounds, so does your desire to create more freedom and flexibility. So you might be repeating the same tasks each week, running out of time to think strategically, wondering if bringing on help would buy you back more freedom. And this lesson helps you navigate that in-between stage when your business is thriving, but your bandwidth is thinning, without rushing into hiring decisions that create more complexity than clarity. Because before you hire, you need to build the foundation for scale through systems, structure, and leadership clarity. I also want to add here, hiring may not be the solution. And you're going to see that throughout this module. There may be opportunity to automate, optimize. There are many other things that can happen before hiring and actually need to happen before hiring. So I want to just add that little caveat. So the mindset shift here is you don't need a team to scale. You need a system. Most founders assume growth means adding people, but the truth is you can scale with systems before you scale with headcount. Many of our clients have reached $100,000 months with zero full-time team members because they focused on efficiency, automation, and clarity before delegation. Hiring isn't the first step of scaling. It's actually the reward for building a repeatable, efficient system. When you do bring someone on, your job as a leader is to set them up for success, not to save you from chaos. So if you've never seen this before, Ari Meisel is a friend of mine, and he explained this to me, and I thought it was so brilliant. In the beginning, when we start our business, we are in the cog position, meaning that we are really required and our manual effort is required for the business to keep moving. This keeps most people stuck. And he calls this the fear and ignorance line. So we're afraid of growth. We're afraid to move beyond this because we don't think anyone else can do things like we do them. And we just don't even know it's possible. So it keeps people stuck as the cog, and that's where people get trapped by their business. Then we move into engine if we evolve from there. And that means that we're needed to run the business, but we're not needed to put our manual effort into everything. So that means we're automating things, systems are working without us, etc. Then we have the engineer. That means you're working on the business, not in the business. Usually for most people, this is where they're like, yeah, I'm good, feels good enough. But where this gets tricky is that it kind of still does require you for the business to run smoothly. Whereas the sort of peak of this is the inventor. The inventor is you can work on the business in any way you want, whenever you want, however you want. You are not tied to it. So I just think it's important to kind of understand that evolution as we go into this module. So step one is know when you're ready to hire. Hiring should feel like a strategic expansion, not an act of desperation. I always say hire out of absolute necessity, not because you're desperate or panicked, but that it's needed. You need that role. When you hire prematurely, it creates chaos. So you're ready to start thinking about bringing on support when you've reached consistent sales and predictable delivery. You're spending more time maintaining the business than growing it, and you've identified repeatable tasks that drain your time but not your expertise. And you've documented systems or the ability to create them. If you're missing these foundations, hiring someone now may actually slow your progress because you'll be paying them to guess. Okay? So remember, clarity comes before capacity. The clearer your systems, the easier delegation becomes. Step two is think like a leader before you hire. So building a team doesn't start with hiring people. It actually starts with shifting how you see your role. Right now, your leadership focus should be on three things. Clarity, know what outcomes you want before bringing anyone in. Define what success looks like in your business, not just what you want off your plate. Communication, so create habits of clarity and accountability early, even if you're communicating with contractors or AI tools. And culture, start defining your mission and values now. These become the compass that keeps your business aligned when you're not in every decision. So remember, mission and values are not just for big teams. They're what allow your company to stay aligned as it grows without your constant involvement. Step four is prepare for delegation. You'll know you're approaching your first hire when you're consistently spending 10 plus hours a week on tasks outside your genius zone, you've created SOPs or recordings for recurring tasks, and you have steady revenue and understand what drives profit. At that point, your next step isn't to post a job, it's to audit your time and tasks to understand exactly where support will make the biggest impact. That's what you're going to do in an upcoming lesson, the task audit. So step five is use your tools strategically. Once you're ready to take the next step toward building a team, these Basecamp tools will support you. So there's the leadership team diagnostic or team leadership diagnostic, which we'll use at the end. It's sort of that light touch diagnostic at the end of every module that's just going to help you identify small points of friction. And then the team planner is going to help you identify opportunities to think like a CEO and start offloading unnecessary tasks. So these tools will help you build a scalable business with people who enhance it, not weigh it down. Think of any hire not as the scary thing where you're throwing money away. That's the opposite of how you think about it. Think about anyone that you bring on as somebody who's an investment in the growth and stability of the business. So key takeaways: you don't need a big team to scale. You need a focused system that runs efficiently. Hiring should be a strategic investment, not an emotional decision. And follow the OAO principle. So optimize, automate, outsource. And we added in delete as part of that, because there are also things that you may be doing that you don't need to do at all. And nobody else does either. So think like a leader before you hire. Clarity and culture always come first. And the clearer your systems, the easier and more effective your first hire will be. So next step, before you think about hiring, it's time to get clear on where your time and energy are going. In the next lesson, you're going to complete your task audit. It's a simple but a powerful process that will reveal where your focus, systems, and eventual team support will go. Okay, we will see you there.